Good morning, everyone. I'm going to see if I'm on any of the places. Yes, I'm got sound on Facebook. That's exciting. Let's see about. Yep, got. Let's see. I'm going to see if I'm on any of the places. Yes, I'm got sound. All right. It looks like we're good. 2 weekends in a row. It's gone very well. All right. Let me see here. Get myself situated. Good morning. I'm so glad you joined me for Craft Chat and Coffee. Hope you're having a happy Friday. It has been quite a week here around the Wonder Basement. Also, if you are new here, my name is Tanya, and the Wonder Basement is my studio, and I do stamping demonstrations and card making, and I have done scrapbook. I've done a little bit of every craft you can imagine, but I mainly focus on cards and Stampin' Up! Products. And if you want to order anything from me, you can go to my websites. I have directly to Stampin' Up! Is tanyad.stampinup.net, and I have a blog on thewonderbasement.com, which also has links to the products and things on Stampin' Up! So welcome. I have got a lot of things to show you, and one thing I'm pretty excited about, the Horizons Designer Series paper is just back in stock, and so we expect it to sell out pretty quickly. In fact, it came in stock yesterday, and it's on low inventory today. So I'm going to show a couple things with it and just show you how awesome and why it's so popular. And if you want to snag a pack of paper, then I highly recommend it. So I'm going to do that, and then a couple things I did this week. I posted on my Instagram and Facebook yesterday that this is a little glass bowl, and you're never gonna believe it came from the Target. Well, it's a bunny container, glass bunny container, and it's $3 at the Target Bullseye spot. And hey, if you're on here, please say hello and comment. Let me know you're here. Let's see. I want to just real quick see if anybody. Oh, Carla, hi. Yay. Okay, and that's awesome. So anyway, this came from the Target dollar spot, and it's so stinking cute. It reminds me of the vintage glass bunnies in amber and green. I know they had it in amber and green, like an olive green. And so have this. And what I did is I just used one of our alcohol markers. I did a pink one and I did a green one. Look at this one. Look how cute it is. So, and then I tied some of our ribbon around it. I just think they turned out adorable for little jelly bean bowls. You could put them on. They're really inexpensive enough. You could put them even at a place setting or something like that. But what I did is I usually, before I do anything on glass, I take some rubbing alcohol and just kind of wipe it off just to get kind of the grease or any oils off of the glass. But literally, I took the brush tip of my marker, and you will see, I don't know if you guys can see that, how it's kind of torn up because it does break down the nylon tip of your brush marker. But literally, I just did this. That's it. And then I let it dry, and it's not coming off. I did it last weekend, and then I did the pink one day before yesterday, and it's staying on there. Now, I'm sure if you ran it under some water, it might run off, or if you got more alcohol or something, like, that would probably take it off. But I wanted to share that little craft, the Easter craft, because I think Easter's the second week of April. I think. Maybe the 3rd. Seems like it's kind of late this year. So if you're needing some little fun Easter decorations, I highly recommend the Target Dollar Spot to get your creative juices flowing. And just a way to think of your paper craft tools in a different way, using on some different things. So we had fun with that this week in my meeting with Sherry and Susan. And so there's that. And let's see, what else? Okay, on Monday, I just have to say, I started off Monday, and I came down and I wanted to make, we have these new blends markers that are fabulous, that are in natural tones. And so this is just a chart. They go from 100 is the darkest to 1,000 is the lightest. And the way the blends work is they actually, you've probably heard me say it, and that's what this is. This is a blend. They actually blend, like when you put one color on top of another color, it actually bleeds through the paper and it actually blends the inks together. So it's really, really fun to play with. And this is just a chart that shows you how it, I'm going to hold it up here so you guys can see it. A chart that shows you how those colors blend together to give you almost like 100 different skin tones or brown tones or neutral tones. It's just really, really cool. And now some of the colors have gone on unorderable. They're out of stock right now. But when they all get back in, I'm going to offer this is, if anybody buys the natural tones, I'm going to send you this chart. And you can make one of these yourself because it is so awesome. I'll send it in an email, probably would be the easiest, and then you can print it off on some cardstock, and then you can just sit down and color it, and I'll have that video so you can see exactly what I did. But it was a lot of fun to do. However, so you might notice that there's a little bit of a blip of coffee because, you know, craft chat and coffee. I like my coffee. And on Monday, after I had done this, I had recorded it, and I had set my coffee down. I came around the corner, set my coffee down. It was full, delicious Joffrey's coffee from Disney. I think it was Southern Pecan. I was really looking forward to it. Had just the right amount of cream, perfect amount. Set my coffee down, and I sat down and did this, and literally the whole stinking cup flipped upside down. I couldn't even believe it. It was ridiculous. And so that's kind of how my week started. And it wasn't a bad thing. I actually shampooed my floor. Got a shampooer. I've purchased a shampooer a while back, and so I got that out and put it together, and it worked beautifully. So now I have a clean carpet. And oops, sorry about that. Let's see here. I've had several phone calls during my live today. That's always interesting. Anyway, I did that, and then the next day I had dentist appointments all day long because I have to have some dental work done, and that was a really long day. So and then Wednesday, Sherry and Susan came over. That was great, but Susan had her computer hard drive just died. I mean, and she had to have it all reset, and so she was having trouble getting her emails, the business email and the personal email, to come together on her computer program that she uses to read her emails. And so I spent like 3 hours trying to figure that out. It was just like, and it wasn't, it's like you do it one time and then you sort of forget about it, and then you have to redo it all over again. And anyway, it's just been one of those weeks where at the end of the day, I was just like, and then I forgot that I had a class that night, and thank goodness my Google Calendar reminded me. So anyway, I've had kind of a week, so I'm ready to de-stress and just play around with some new stamp stuff. And I think I'm gonna use the Horizon bundle. One thing I want you to not forget about, I'll just say this savings are in bloom, and it's 20% off the mini cut emboss machine, and then all of these bundles, all of these bundles are also 20% off, and I'll put the link down below so you can click on it and take a look. It's a great deal. Some of these bundles they had discontinued and aren't available in the regular catalog. They brought them back. So for example, the Celebrate Sunflowers is one that they brought back this just for the sale. So if you're looking for some really pretty and economical purchases, I highly recommend you take a look at those. Monday, after I had my debacle of the coffee, I just decided to get some things that I hadn't really played with out, and just, again, do a little de-stressor. And I'm going to show these with you. I'm not going to make these today, but I'll probably do some videos and have those up. I'll add the links when I get them up. But I'm going to switch the camera down, and then we're just going to do some crafting and creating. If you've got any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments. I may not see them while I am working on the project, but I will answer them. And let's see, let's just go over here, and you can see this is from the Flowing Flowers set that is in the mini catalog. And this is another collage technique. And so I opened up, I have some stamps on the inside, but I decided when I stamped it to stamp the back too. So it was really pretty. This is beautiful, the way this stamps. It's very detailed, and I used the marker to color the flower one color, the leaves another color, and then this little bit of greenery and a different color. So I'll put up a video when I get that one ready. And then this is from the Daffodil. See, these are all in the mini as well. The Dahlia Days, and I didn't use the daffodil. Yeah, I did. On this one, I used the daffodil stamps and this cutout right here. This Dahlia Days, I don't think did I bring that one? Oh, yeah. This is so pretty. It's got this, you can cut the flowers out, these flowers, the leaves, and then it's got a tag, so you can cut this piece out. And then it's got this background stamp. It is so pretty. That's what this is, and this is with the pearl paper. So it is really pretty. I stamped the dahlias underneath and then just put that on top. And then this one I did cut out in the waves, the silver from the waves paper, the metallic, the blue foils, and just stamped on some of the wave paper in, I think I did this in, I think it was, what gray is it? It's not gray granite, it's smoky slate. So I stamped this in smoky slate just on top of this pattern paper and cut it out. And then I felt like it needed a little something, and you can see I put a little bit of the sparkle or shimmery crystal effects on top of here, and so that just gives it a little bit of gloss and glitter and dimension. So that was fun. So that started me regaining some space that I could actually get some work done after my coffee spilling. And so now I'm just going to show you some of the stuff in the Horizons die. This is also, these dies will go through the mini cut and emboss machine. And I also wanted to show you, if you ever wonder if the dies will work with the mini cut and emboss machine, right here you can see that it actually does, it tells you, they will tell you if it works for that. It will tell you which machine works for which dies, but all of these work for the mini cut and emboss. And here are those cute and beautiful dies. And honestly, I haven't even used this, so we will just play around with it and see what we come up with. These are the stamps. I really like this wood. I don't know. I just like this wood background. And this paper is so pretty. I think I showed it to you in the in my pre-order. But it's just horizons. And look how beautiful it is. It's watercolored. It's abstract, but it's just really, really, it's designed to just come up with some beautiful sunrises and horizons and fields and mountains, and it's just lovely. So I think this is a piece that I did. I got this frame at Christmas. I'm pretty sure you can get them anywhere. And I actually just framed that paper because it was so pretty. Oops. Let's get this in here right. Well, fiddle-dee-dees. There we go. And so I just have it sitting up like this on my desk, and it's just so pretty. So you can really do a lot of pretty things with them. Let's see here if I can see. I'm going to just drop a comment down below in all of the on the comments, just to let me know you're here. Well, that's what happens when you type and you're talking at the same time. Anyway, all right, so I'm going down the same way I design all my other stuff, is that I pulled the colors that are in the paper. So we have positively pink, no, polished pink, soft succulent, evening evergreen, and blackberry. And there are other colors. Oh, and olive. I think the olive's in here too. Pull that one. Had that one sitting somewhere. Oh, here it is. An old olive. And so I think what I'm going to work with is this. And honestly, I kind of like, I think I'm going to start with the evening evergreen. And I'm going to stamp, when I see this, I'm going to stamp, I see trees here. I'm just going to kind of, it's kind of like, you can kind of just, it can build its own scenery. I'll tell you, I'll show you what I mean, what I'm talking about. I'm going to get my trimmer out and cut a piece. Oops. 4 1/4. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this at also 4. I'm going to cut this at 4. I'm going to make a vertical card, and then I think I'll cut this side at 5 1/2. No, 5 1/4. 4 and 5 1/4. Okay. I mean, how easy is that? And you pretty much already got a card. So I'm going to take some don't know if I want to use black or I'm going to try the evening evergreen and see if we can see it. I'm going to take these trees. And literally, I have not opened these. I put the stickers on, but haven't done anything else. So I'm going to just take this. In my head, I see it right there so that it's right on top of these. I don't know if it'll show up darker or not. Oh, very faintly. Okay, I'm just going to add some. And this is a kind of stamp that you can stamp. Here, let me pull this in just a little bit. There you go. Now you can see it a little better. See how you can kind of see the outline of the trees. So that's pretty cool. And then let's see, what else am I going to use? I think I'll use some of the grasses. And I'm going to do some of the birds. Let's see, and I'm going to do a thinking of you. Or relax and enjoy your day. I don't know which one. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of I'm going to take some suede or crumb cake. Excuse me. I think I want suede. I'm just going to add some This is really pretty, guys. Sorry, off the screen here. Don't mean to do that. Let's see. I love doing this. This is so much fun. I'm gonna take some. Wonder which way those go. Wonder if it matters. I guess it depends on if you want them. I think this is the. I don't know. I really don't know. I think that's the top. So I'm just gonna. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Well, I just like that. I love this. I love the way that you can stamp kind of on top of itself, and it gives you some depth without really. I mean, they're kind of made to create that depth. Okay, so I'm going to take this little guy. Let me find a piece of. Do I want green on there? Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this piece of green, the trees, and I'm going to do that on my mini Stamp and Emboss. All right, need my base. And then I'm going to take. I don't know why my Facebook keeps freezing. It keeps saying that my, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry about that if you're getting a lot of pausing. You can always come back and watch it again after it's buffered all the way. Sometimes that's just the way lives go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut those pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut a fence. Do I want to cut a fence in that color? No, I want to do that in a more of a fence color. I think I'll use a little bit of I'm going to use just a little bit of this. Okay, I know I didn't have to rip that. I'm going to use a little bit of pale papaya. And I'm going to do my fence in that color. I think that'll be kind of pretty. All right, so I'm going to cut these through. And remember, you stagger these. See, I told you last time we just staggered them different ways. I didn't even, this is just, I just threw it in there and it's going to be fine, I think. Okay. I'm going to close this so I don't make a mess of that. I'll lay my piece up here, and then you can kind of see how this works on top of where I've stamped. And then here's the trees. I think I'll just stick those right back here. Actually, I think I might need another one of these. Let's see. I hope you guys enjoy the process of how I create different things. All right, run this through. I love our cut and emboss machines. Both the big one and the small one are amazing. They are so smooth when you run them through. I just love it. Okay, so I've got this. Now we'll put these over here. And now I am going to run some of this. Make my sandwich. Okay. Oops. Get a little carried away. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Oh, I love that. All right, so there's the fences. Okay, I'm going to set this over here. And then, let's see here. What do I want to do with this? I do love this. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this, and I'm just going to stamp this suede. Now let's see what this looks like. Let's see. I'm just going to kind of stamp over the top and just give that a little bit of texture. You don't always have to stamp. Sometimes you just want some motion on the paper. I don't know if you guys can see how I put you just need a little bit of that just gives it a little bit of life. It doesn't have to be exact. Oops, I guess I should put some glue on it, huh? Usually sticks better that way. I'm just going to take this down like that. Okay, and I want to do the same thing on these trees. So I've got my trees, and I want to have just a little bit and because I'm doing it so on such a dark, like a dark ink on a dark paper, it's just really giving it a little bit of interest and not being quite so flat as just the solid paper. Okay, so I'll lay this down here. Let's see what we've got. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm going to take my scissors and trim this edge off. Okay. Just going to lay this this down. This is such pretty paper. All right, so now okay, I think I'm going to lay that down. But first, I kind of want to have this look a little bit like it's been out in the weather. So I'm going to take my roller and I'm going to just roll it over the top of the soft suede and just give it a little bit of weathering. Now, ideally, these are detailed enough dies that I probably should have used my two-sided or two-way glue sheets, but I just decided that I didn't really want to take the time to do that today. So this is how I do it. I get it so that I just take my stamp and seal and I go over the back. And when these are thicker pieces, it's easier to do. If you've got a real detailed lace, you really want to use the other. I'm just going to stick this like this. I need to trim off the little tree edge here. And let's see. Let me see what ribbon I've got. Let's see what we've got. This is... I don't know if this would work. I don't want to have it. This ribbon is really cool. This is the Pale Papaya and White woven ribbon, and I do really like it. It's a very pretty, it's got a pretty fringe on it. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this down over here. I've already fringed this one edge. Or do I want to bring it behind like this? Oh, I kind of like that. All right, so I'm going to cut it here. I need some, my scissors need to be sharpened. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull this out. Well, see, this would be a good one to ruffle too, because it when you pull it, it ruffles. Like you can pull this string and then that gives it, but that's not what we're going for today. And so I'm going to take, sometimes one end always frays really perfectly and the other end has the knot that holds it all together. So when that happens, I'm just going to cut this down the side here. And then this should pull this out. Just pull all that. And then you'll have this woven thread that we will just cut it off. Okay, if you hear talking in the background, that would be my husband in his Zoom meeting. He works about 5 feet from me on the days he works from home. Some days are better than others. Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to cut that off. Then I'm going to bring this around. This will be really pretty contrast when you open the card. And then I'm just going to take this, put some, I want quite a bit of glue down here so that it holds it. I like that. I like texture on my cards. a lot. Okay, and I feel like I want something glittery up here. So I am just going to take... Oh, hi, Teresa. Thanks for saying hi. I appreciate it. Oh, there's somebody else on YouTube too. Hi. Glad to have you with me. So I'm just working with the horizons. I'm just making up a card as I go. It's kind of on the... I'm de-stressing from a stressful week and just having fun. So I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to put some sparkly stuff up here. I love these rhinestones. I don't know what, I can't remember, what are they called? Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. I love them. No, I don't like it down there. I want it in the sky. I'll put one more. I like to do in 3 or 5s. I don't know. It's just... I like it up there. Okay, so there we go. And you can trim this down if you want to, but I just really kind of like it. I like it kind of... Well, I need to cut it down just a little bit. So I lied. Just a little bit. That's a nice thing though. You make it long and then you can always go back and give it a haircut if you want. And it can be kind of scraggledy. Or not. Kind of just giving it a... Yeah, like that. I don't want it to be longer than my fence. These are scissors that Stampin' Up! Used to carry. We haven't carried them in a couple years. But you never know. They might bring them back. Okay. So there we go. Now, I do like to take and put something on the inside of my cards. And so I'm just going to take a piece of shimmer cardstock because I feel like this is a shimmery... It deserves some shimmer. And I'm going to cut this for my 4 by 5 1/4. And oh, the other thing, I lost a stamp. I lost one of these stamps and I could not figure out where it was. I went through the trash. I looked everywhere. And I asked Sherry and Susan, I'm like, or I told them that I had lost it, and they're like, it's stuck to one of your, that back of DSP or the back of a stamp pad. And so I had looked everywhere but the back of my DSP, and sure enough, there it was. So if you ever, these are super, super sticky so that they will stick to your acrylic blocks. So if you are ever in need of, or if you ever lose them and you can't find them, you know, there's all kinds of places that, I think I'm going to use crumb cake on here. There's, you got to look everywhere, and they could literally stick to anything. I'm going to stamp on here. I don't know what that looks like. Okay, that's what I want. I'm just going to, that's all I really want on that. And then I think I'm going to stamp this in the suede. And just, I'm sorry guys, that was off the camera. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to stamp that, thinking of you, down there. So now, how easy was that? So seriously, if you want to get this Horizons paper, you need to get on it probably today, because it will sell out. It's definitely that popular that it's probably gonna be sold out. So I will list all of the things. Let's see here. Sometimes, okay. So I hope you enjoyed the making of the On the Horizon card. That was quick, down and dirty. I really just used the background as my composition and just added some of the elements from the dies and from the stamps to just give it a little bit of life. And then on the inside, hold that up so you can see it, I just put that background of kind of barnwood like on the bottom in a crumb cake, and then stamped it, the thinking of you, in the suede. So frayed some of the ribbon. I'm trying to get my light right, guys. I have a new camera, and so my light is going wonky. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, go to Target and grab you one of these little clear bunnies, and you can use your blend to put the color on. I have a pink one and a green one. And what you need to do, or what you do need to know, is it is going to tear up the tip of your marker. So like use an older one that maybe has kind of a bunged up tip, or I just sacrificed a new green one because I wanted to make sure it had plenty of ink in it. But actually this older one that had a bunged tip on it did just fine with the pink. So a couple little fun things. And you guys have any questions or anything? Let's see. Oh, hi, Debbie. Thanks for watching. Hi, Glenn. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And in Reborn, thank you so much for joining me today for Craft Chat and Coffee. I'm here every Friday at 10:30 on the Wonder Basement. Tanya Dieterlin at the Wonder Basement on YouTube, and the Wonder Basement on Facebook. And if you want to see any certain thing, or if you want to see a certain technique, drop it in the comments. I love to have suggestions on what you want to see. I just kind of bring you the latest and greatest of what I've discovered because it makes me happy, but I am happy to teach you anything in that regard. So happy paper crafting, and go get your On the Horizon products before they sell, especially the DSP, before it sells out. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.